drill down lists. Once we have a pivot table, we can see the summary data. So for example, here I have a fairly simple looking pivot table. I've got my regions across the top and my products down the side. And as I'm looking at the information, I might want to see more information about each one of these summary bits of data. So for example, I'm looking at the values here and I can see that this is 36,000, which is a good bit higher than all of the other subtotals that are in here. If I want to see how that 36,000 was got, I can simply do a drill down effect on that value. To drill down, you simply double click on the value that you'd like to see more information about. What it has done now is it has added a new sheet, and in this new sheet it has shown me the product, year, quarter, month, individual sales, units, salesperson and region that then made up that 36,000. So for example, if I were to highlight the sales values here and then look down at the sum of the sales, I can see that it's coming into that value of 36,029. So by double clicking on the subtotal, it showed me the information or the raw data that built that sum figure. So if I go back to summary, I can see that it was that figure there that I double clicked on. If I go to this figure here, 32,000, and double click on it, it now adds yet another sheet. So in this exercise, let's put it in as sheet 4, and it's shown me a drill down of how those sales were created. This is very handy if you want to see if it was one large sale or if there was loads of multiple sales, small sales that made the figure. We can see now that quite a lot of sheets are going to start entering into your workbook if you keep doing drill downs on different subtotals. So it is important when you look at a drill down that if it's something you're going to keep, that you should automatically go down in here and rename the sheet. So for example, I might call this North Desktops, so that at least I can see a description of what the sheet is holding. And if it's a drill down that you're not going to keep, for example, here I have the West for mobiles, if I don't want to keep this, then it's a good idea to get into the habit of deleting sheets that you're not going to keep, bearing in mind that you're not getting rid of any of the raw data because that's all stored in the data tab. That was the one that originally had my raw data in it. So once you keep the initial list and your sheet that has the pivot table on it, any extra sheets that you add, I would strongly recommend that you either rename them so that you know what's in them, or delete them if you're not going to keep them, and then you can return to your raw data or your summary sheet then, depending on what it is you want to see.